Hey everyone, and welcome back to the RedBeard Outdoors podcast. I'm Jonathan, your host, and here at RedBeard Outdoors, I talk about faith, family, fitness, and the outdoors. I'm on my own journey in life to become a better version of me. There's many things that are incorporated into that, including fitness, getting outside as much as possible. For me, especially around this time of year, there's a lot of hunting involved. I prefer archery hunting. I definitely don't look down on any other style of hunting, but for me personally, there's so much that goes into archery hunting in the preparation, the fitness, the knowing the animals, being able to get in close, all the missed opportunities because I didn't do one or two things right, all of that, etc. All of that goes into this journey. And I just recently got back from a hunt that I will be telling you about pretty soon here. It was very special. I'm still just soaking in every single moment of that hunt and what it means to me. So when I can get all that straight in my head, I will definitely be sharing that story with you. But so that you know, if you're new, on Tuesdays like today, I do gear reviews, mindset, etc., Tinkering Tuesday. And then on Saturday, I have some amazing guests come on the show, get to share those conversations with you. And there you go. If you like this show, I definitely appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, like this video, subscribe to the channel. It helps a ton. If you're listening to this on the audio only version, then definitely go over, follow or subscribe to wherever you're listening. If you have a YouTube channel, go do what I said earlier, because it definitely helps as we continue to grow. I really appreciate it. And leave a review. Guys, it's super simple. All you have to do, even just a one-word review, but leave a review. It does way more than you know. And if you are not in the market for buying gear, if you don't have it in your finances, whatever it may be, that is the best way to support the show. If you do have the opportunity to go and buy gear, you're in the market, etc. I love working with specific companies that I've chosen. And I don't like to just accept money for partnerships. That's not how I roll. I choose the companies I want to work with, and as part of those partnerships, I get to give you a discount. So check out down below any of the new episodes that I've got coming out, and you'll be able to get the most recent updated basically codes that you can use, links or codes that you can use to save money on the products that I personally use and that I recommend. So with that being said, today, guys, being Tinkering Tuesday, I have an outstanding review for you. I consider there's first takes / opinions whenever you get a gear item and maybe it's new, you haven't quite put it through its paces, etc. And then there's reviews where when you've actually used the product in the way that you're going to use it, then you can talk about a review on it. So I've had these boots for a little while now, and I've definitely put them through their paces, and they are the Crispi Briksdal MTN GTXs. Okay, let's get the full boot in here. And I'll talk to you about these SheepFeet as well, because that's definitely part of my setup here. But these boots, as you can tell, they're dirty, they're muddy. I'm definitely not apologetic about that, because that means that they've been used. And a little bloody as well. So let's talk about this. So the Briksdals have always been on my mind as far as the Crispi boots. They seem to be more technical in the past. The previous Briksdal editions were very technical. They had more of a narrow foot box, which, as you guys will know, with me talking about shoe reviews with GoRuck, etc., I have a wider toe box. My feet prefer to spread out. I have a wider foot. I don't like to have the rubbing on my pinky toe. And so the Briksdals were kind of out of the picture for me with the Crispi boots. Now, I run Crispis because they have a generally wider toe box, but even with Crispis, I end up getting the wide. So the double E, I think, is what it's considered. And the reason for that is just my fat foot. So, and even sometimes I go half a size up and the wide so that I can get the right fit on the boot, depending on the boot. So with these boots, I absolutely love the way the toe box feels. I've walked through rivers with this boot with no gaiters, and it was I think they say it's water resistant. Before I misspeak here. It is Gore-Tex. So, anyway, I didn't get any water in my boot when I walked across the river that we walked across, or the stream, multiple times. I didn't have gaiters on. I rolled my pants up and didn't let the water crest the top of the boot, and I was fine. My feet were dry. The only time I got wet on the inside was when I was walking through the brush. You guys know this. After rainstorms or frost in the morning, etc., the water runs down the front of your gaiters, down into your socks, and then into your boots. Other than that, my feet were dry the entire 11 days that I was in Colorado using these boots, and definitely put over 70 miles on these boots. A lot of them were vertical. That's why they weren't, 10, 12 miles a day, because a lot of it was just like this. I mean, it was ridiculous. Never been to Colorado before, but it's definitely somewhere that you go if you like steep terrain. So let's start from let's start with the inside here, the SheepFeet. So this obviously doesn't come with the Crispi boot. This is an add-on. I do have a code for SheepFeet, and I will be doing a follow-up review on these, but basically this is part of my setup. I do the heel stabilizer here because you can get the option of no stabilizer or yes stabilizer. With my boots, I do the heel stabilizer. I do the deluxe, where it's the double padding here, and basically what you do is you get a box from SheepFeet. They tell you how to form fit it to your feet. You send it back to them, and then you get your inserts here. And then you cut them out based on your insoles of the boots or shoes that you're going to be using them in. Excuse me. So highly recommended. No hot spots. My feet did awesome in some pretty tough terrain. So I would definitely recommend SheepFeet. Also, if you have an HSA card, you can use the HSA card for your SheepFeet. They will accept that as a form of payment. So definitely go check out SheepFeet, guys. The code's down below for your discount on some SheepFeet. I would highly, highly recommend them over any other insole out there. I've tried them. I've tried most of them. I've even had some custom ones made by a foot doctor, and these fit and feel way better than the ones from the custom foot doctor. So that should say something, but I'll be doing a follow-up review here soon, guys. All right, so we'll start at the top here. I'm going to get the specs off the website so I don't mess this up. They are a 9-inch high boot. The weight of each boot is about 1.7 pounds. That's for a size 10 boot. So they're not the lightest boot. Like if you want a light boot, go with the Laponias, etc. But these are built just tough. I mean, you can see the scrape marks on here. I've just put them through the ringer, guys. The tread is still amazing. It's one of my favorite tread patterns. They just grip really well. The only things that I had issues gripping on was, of course, wet logs. If you guys understand going over and under deadfall, and if it's wet, it's one of the worst situations you could be in. So with that being said, from the top here, I love the lacing system. These lace locks work really well. It has the ABSS system, which the ABSS is the ankle support system. So it's not an ankle brace, but if you lace these up properly, these boots saved my ankles multiple times carrying out heavy loads, backpacking in some steep terrain, just misstepping because I was being lazy and not paying attention to where I was stepping. These boots saved my ankles on multiple occasions. All right, let's see here. Okay, so the Gore-Tex, of course, is what is the GTX version of the Briksdals. The Gore-Tex, it's a little bit tougher material. You can see it here, and it's waterproof or highly water resistant. So again, you don't have to wear gaiters when you're wearing these boots, as long as the water doesn't crest over the top of the boot, obviously going down in. It held up just fine. I didn't have any wet feet as long as I didn't let any water run in from the top. Okay. Now I was bringing up the width and how the Briksdal previously was a little bit more technical of a fit. So I still got the wides on this one. And I would say that I think I went a half size up because of the SheepFeet, which added a whole other thing to it. But basically, these boots are not nearly as technical, doesn't have as narrow as of a footprint, and does an amazing job of just, I don't know how else to describe it. I've run the Colorados, I've run the Laponias, which I love the Laponias for a little bit earlier season, or if you don't have a ton of heavy weight on your back. Um, I've run the guides. So the guides I use for late season in the snow, etc. I've run all those different boots from Crispi, and I've even previously some other boots that weren't necessarily hunting specific boots. And these are my favorite boot by far. 100%, hands down, my favorite boot. Great tread, waterproof, a little bit higher because they're the 9-inch. Holds my ankle really well. Breathable because they're not insulated because my feet sweat. So I never really get insulated boots except for late season hunting when I may be sitting down in the cold. And I love the lacing system here. You can loosen it up all the way down to the toe box, tighten it wherever you need. There's lace locks here again, and then I mean, you gotta love the look of the boot too, right? If it's gonna be on your feet. So I love the orange and the gray and the black for obvious reasons. The orange, but that gray and black it's just subtle. It looks really good. This right here, this protection along the line here, not 100% sure what that's called, so I apologize, guys. I'm not the most technical dude here, but that definitely kept my foot protected. I didn't get any pokes, sticks, etc. We were going through some thick, nasty stuff, some briars, some down trees, rocks, etc. And I didn't ever stub a toe. I didn't ever have any issues with that. Let's see. So the lacing, we went over the lacing system. Now let's talk about the sole. So again, I love the tread on these. Just a great pattern. Worked really well. You can tell it's a bit wider of a toe box, which again, I would highly recommend. They're Vibram soles, which is just a great material in general. But they do have a 3 flex rating. So in the Crispi boot line, it goes from 1 to 5. So 1 is a low, very flexible. Basically, you can bend the crap out of it. And then a 5 is extremely stiff. It's like walking on a 2x4. The 3 is the perfect for me and my foot. If you like a stiffer boot, go with the Colorados or even stiffer. There's some other ones as well. But with this being the 3, it was a perfect right down the middle. I absolutely love the flex rating on these. So when we were packing out the animal, we did it in one trip, and I had at least 150 pounds on my back, somewhere between 120 and 150 pounds. I was in the hurt locker for sure, but my feet didn't hurt and I didn't roll an ankle. So that's again pushing these boots to the limit. Definitely a testament to these boots. Really, really like them. My feet didn't hurt the entire trip, the entire 11 days. My feet were in great condition, and I would again put that to SheepFeet and these Crispi boots. So again, if you're in the market for boots, guys, I would highly recommend checking these out. Crispi does a great job of, as long as you don't wear them outdoors, you can return the boots. So take a look at them. I recommend ordering them. I'd even say go through BlackOvis because I don't have a Crispi discount per se, but I do have a BlackOvis discount where you can save 10% and free shipping on these boots. I would highly, highly recommend checking out Crispi Briksdal MTN GTX for Gore-Tex. They are 100% my favorite boot, guys. I've put miles and miles and miles on these boots at this point. I've put them through rain. I've put them through rivers. I've put them through. We actually walked through a little bit of snow, not enough to really speak of, but hailstorms. They grip amazing. My feet didn't slide. I didn't get any rubbing. My ankles, no blisters. My ankles held up great. Which is something that I'm genuinely concerned about with my ankles. If you're carrying heavy loads and you misstep, you're going down, and your ankle's going to pop, and you're going to have an even more miserable pack out than just being in the hurt locker from how much weight you decide to throw on your back. So, again, highly recommend this, guys. The Briksdal MTN GTX. My favorite Crispi boot to date. Absolutely love it. That again, that 3 flex is just stiff enough to be able to help you with carrying weight, but it's not so stiff that it feels like you're walking on a 2x4. If you're a sheep hunter and need those stiffer boots, then maybe go check out some of the other Crispi lineup. But for me, this was perfect for elk hunting, for deer hunting, and overall, just my favorite boot at this point. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. Again, if you enjoyed this review, the way I do things here over at RedBeard Outdoors, definitely subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to this on the audio only version, follow, follow, subscribe, leave a review. It helps more than you know. And if you guys need any outdoors gear, if you're in the market, definitely go check it out down below. Any of the links, codes, etc. will save you money, and I want to save you money wherever I can. So with that being said, guys, as always, get out, live your life, and love it.